adventurers. Well, just wanted to give you a weekly update. It's Sunday. We're at the Finke Desert Race at the moment. There's still buggies buzzing past. It's pretty cool. Weather is absolutely magnificent. I don't know, it must be about 18 degrees. 18 degrees and light breeze. Zero dust. Absolutely, it's a dustless Finke. It's beautiful. So yeah, what's happened so far? Well, we left Melbourne in the cold and wet. It was freezing. It was raining. I know a few other motorcycle groups had been trying to go on trips and just reach the mud and just turn around and come home. So with that in mind, I wanted to head from Victoria up through Menindee and Mungo and Menindee National Parks to get up to ultimately up to Broken Hill. But we just decided we were going north. We got to Swan Hill. Went, no, it's too wet up there. So we cut across to Mildura, and then we stayed actually our first night in Mildura. So we cut from Swan Hill sort of back through Hatta, through a few sandy tracks. So that was quite nice. Then from Mildura we went up to Broken Hill, went out to Mad Max Museum, and that was Monday. And guess what? Closed on Mondays. Unbelievable. Anyway, just watching these little birds buzzing by. So anyway, we looked around the township, and they're filming there at the moment the new Mad Max Furiosa. We didn't see the tents and all the setup there. We didn't go looking for them, but they are out there. And then from there down to Junta and then into the Flinders. So one of the instigators of this trip, I've got two guys over from Portugal, and wanted to show them a nice variance of Australia. So we went through the Flinders Ranges, and I mean, we loved it and they loved it too. I got a lot of really good feedback about those tracks in there. Down the south end, there's a few good tracks, but then by the time you get up near Arkaroola, there's some magnificent, or Blinman, Arkaroola, magnificent tracks around there. I had a really, really good time. A couple of little hiccups by then had occurred. We've got Silas got a new 701 with front and rear tanks, and he was having a bit of a problem with, he'd switched to his rear tank and the bike would just stop, even though it was full of fuel. And we thought it was a vapor lock, and we tried a few things, we got it going, and then it happened again later on, and it is some sort of vapor lock, but we're not exactly sure what the deal is, but it's kept going. So after, where was I up to? I was up to tell me. The Flinders, right? So we've been through the Flinders. So from the Flinders up the highway, well, I say highway, these guys were saying, we don't want to do highways, but then they were later telling us, sorry, the two guys from Portugal, that to them a highway is, this multi-lane asphalt highway. But here in Australia, highways, you can have that sort of, I call that a freeway. Highway is, your single lane either way, but it can be asphalt, can be dirt. And so they were like, this is not a highway, this is awesome, Even the Oonandatta track, they thought was great. You had to concentrate. There was a few puddles. We didn't go through the puddles, you could get around them. But the Oonandatta track, it's in pretty good condition for a bike. Keep up, you can sit on 110 kilometers an hour, no problem. And the tracks there's a nice smooth part. If it started raining again, it would be a problem, because those bits would get slippery. But yeah, not really a problem. So yeah, went up, turned off after the Pink Roadhouse in Oonandatta, went through to Dalhousie, went for a swim in the hot springs there. Another highlight of the trip. It's just magnificent swimming around in there. Decided not to camp there though, because you can't have campfires. So we zipped off to Mount Dare and camped there, stayed there the night, camped in their campground, had a meal, hot meal, and then that's only 100 kilometers from here. So the next day, yeah, we came out to here on the Friday, and so we're at the Finke end of the desert race. We're about 5 kilometers up the track. Got a nice spot on a dune. We can see the buggies and everything coming, and we can see them going. Bit of a jump there, so we got some footage of them getting air. So yeah, you'll see that. Yeah, then yeah, we're here. What other problems have we got? So while we were here, Silas, same 701, gets a leak in the radiator. So we're going to go and change our route a little bit. We're going to go up to Alice first, and then double back to do the Finke River Gorge later on. So yeah, radiator, weeping fork seal. Both WR250s had the front sprocket nut come loose, so I had to retorque them and punch that little pin that stops it coming undone. Make sure you do that. Otherwise they do come undone. Yeah, so otherwise, pretty hassle-free. The 701 has been, the T7 has been flawless. My high fender kit is working a treat. The tyres have been great, been putting the pressures up and down a bit. I've been putting them up to 36 on the highways and down to 25 off-road. Sorry, I did ding a rim. So they went through a really rocky patch and I dinged a rim, and my tubeless setup history. So I've put a tube back in the front, all good since. Yeah, so anyway, now we're here, and we're going to spend, the rest of today and probably most of tomorrow here. The bikes will come in this afternoon. We'll get some footage of that. I got some great drone footage. There's a couple. I've got a drone and Silas has got a drone, so we're going to share some footage between each other. And Tom's the only one that won't hand over any of his footage. He's a bit of a prick like that. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we'll share some footage around from the people that have got taken footage, so that yeah, if I didn't catch something, I can still hopefully include it in our videos. So yeah, videos will start basically, the week or 2 weeks after we get back. This is a month-long trip, so there'll be probably 3 updates. This being the first, a week down, 3 to go. So yeah, stay tuned. I really hope you enjoy the videos. I mean, well, it really doesn't even matter because we're loving the trip. Weather's perfect. It's a perfect time of year. Yes, it's been a wet season, but we've just left it a bit later, and it's worked out well for us. So cheers, thanks for watching. Looks like the buggies are just about finished, so the bikes might be not too far away. And yeah, talk to you later on. Thanks. See ya.